So I honestly had to make a part 2 to this video that I made earlier with replacing the shock absorber on the 3500 Chevy Cube van. If you haven't watched that video, take a look. You'll see it. As I'm making this video, I don't know what I'm going to name that video yet, but if you look around in my video list, you'll find it. It's replacing the shock absorber on my 3500 front shock absorber on my Chevy 3500 Cube van. But anyways, to the end of that previous video, I stumbled in this scenario where this little boot guy here remained on the shock piston after I took it off, whereas on the first one, it remained in the shock tower. So I'm going to show you what I'm referencing here. So when I did the right side, this is the left side by the way, when I did the right side, that little guy, the little casing that I just showed you, it remained in the other side. It didn't come out on the shock tower as it did on the shock itself, the threading, the piston as it did here. It didn't come out on it, right? So what I found is that once I put in the other one, I started mounting the other one, there's too much play. See that? There's too much wiggle. So what this means is that I'd have to anchor down my bushings real tight in order to prevent this from moving around once weight and pressure and everything takes it. So I spent a little time and used up my WD-40, squirted a little bit on it, used my screwdriver, pried the edges until it loosened up, and I eventually used another vice grip and turned it until it became all loose. So now once I release this vice grip, this guy will be off. And it's not even metal, to be honest. It looks more like hardened plastic or fiberglass or something, but it's not metal. See, it's not a metallic sound. It's more like fiberglass. All right, so and then this is the piece that was on the underside, and this actually comes with those two little ears, or I'm not sure what you call those, and those would fit right in here, as you can see. So this one would go fit snug. Oops, I think my video is turning there. I think this one would fit right snug in there like that, but from the underside. All right, if you're doing this job, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to see if I can insert it from top down here. If I clean that up, I may be able to just tap it in, or I think I might just take the strut back out and send it up from below. All right, but either way, I should be able to get it in from any angle, any side. And once I get it down deep enough where I can get the threading on this to put the other cap onto the other bushing here, then I'll be good to go. All right, so I just wanted to point out that little discovery as I went along there. So that one popped out onto the old shock piston at the top there. So that's your workaround. If you're a DIYer, you'll figure it out. All right, thanks for watching again. Bye for now.